We're on the draw here, but I think we are going to mulligan. This one we get to keep, but I mean, I would have wanted to keep that hand, but it's pretty dangerous. We need exactly a red mana to make it work. Here, I feel like I'm actually going to bottom the mountain, and the reason is, if I have more lands on top, that's well and good, but I'd rather get I'd rather get an opt, I'd rather get one of my mini 2-drops like the Wily Goblins and such, so it just seems like there's much better cards to be drawn. Oh, Merfolk in round 3, okay. Well, maybe Dual Shot will be good. You never know. Well, could go Flagship into Looter, which is not actually the worst. Flagship into Looter into Monstrosar, that's a pretty good turn progression. Run aground's not bad either. Ooh, Dual Shot's looking real good now. Dual Shot's looking real nasty now. Makeshift Munitions even looks good. Let's go Looter, swing for 3, loot. They have to discard if they get hit by it too, which is pretty cool. And then we get to loot, which is pretty cool too. Definitely want to loot. So we'll dump I think the munitions, because I feel like run aground could be big. I'm not actually sure. Munitions might have been better because you can just sack and deal damage. Could have been run aground actually in hindsight. I'm not 100% on that. Jade Guardian, alright. Pumping itself and the beats continue. I was kind of hoping to just get Monstrosar mana. Honestly, but we'll see. We did get Monstrosar mana, so we'll go... I think we'll just go Monstrosar, and we'll bash with the Flagship too. We'd lose our Lord effect here, but then I don't have to crew and I can get in with my Looter again. And I may just have to be okay with this trade. Kind of forces a block. I guess it doesn't force a block, but encourages a block. No? Okay, maybe they kill us. I don't even know. I mean, if they're not blocking, then I feel like they've got something pretty nasty here. So what's a 6th land do? Not much. I think we can dump that. So I guess a Pirate's Cutlass on a Monstrosar is pretty good damage, but... So they take us to 7? So... I can play the Buccaneer, crew the Flagship, attack for 13. can't do anything about the one with the wind. If I play Cutlass and do this, it's close, but it costs too much mana to do that and equip. So I think we just, I guess, attack with our Looter and our Monstrosity, which forces a block. They have one card left, and then we just have to run aground their Shaper Apprentice when they go for lethal. Because if I play the Buccaneer, I actually don't have lethal. Or wait, I do, but no, I think this actually does make the most sense. Well, that has trample, so that's not a great move. I guess they're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each one, or not. Okay, maybe they just have lethal, I don't know. They must just have a pump. Like, could I have played Buccaneer and killed them? I could have crewed this, or I could have gotten in for another 4. But I don't think that's lethal. Like, it's a bummer that I can't run aground this because it's got hexproof. It's a huge bummer that we're losing this. Like, there's no reason we should have lost. But, like, did I have a way to just win? Probably the makeshift munitions, I guess. Yeah, I think the mistake was throwing the makeshift instead of the run aground. But that was before I knew about the Jade Guardian. But regardless, the fact that we lost that is pretty upsetting, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to just unhappily accept it. So let's take the dual shots. Flyers still seem good. Unfortunately, everything else does too. Maybe we'll ditch the bounce stuff. I actually don't know if this is right, but I'm going to... we can get rid of Op 2, I guess. Okay, we'll try this. Alright, we'll play first. Wish we had lands, but we don't. Alright, so we'll keep this. We're going to bottom that. Because we'd rather draw like a Wily Goblin right now, get a turn 3 blasting cannon. Just start to get as much value as we can early, that would be nice. Brute into Buccaneer would still be pretty good. We could make that work. Branchwalker's a pretty strong card. Revealing Air Elemental, which is actually the first time I've seen it played in this format so far. Okay, so we can play Buccaneer next turn. Maybe get a nice race going, possibly. Yeah, Buccaneer into Monster Star would be pretty slick. Okay, another Branchwalker. Another 3/2 with Dive Down. Oh, they actually ditched the Air Elemental. I should have noticed that. So let's see if what they do with the Dive Down. They leave that on top, so I'm going to have to pay attention to that. So we can play Buccaneer. See what we get. Alright, got the land, so we can play the Monster Star next turn. I guess we'll leave the Buccaneer back to block a Branchwalker. Makes more sense. I'll trade a Buccaneer for a Dive Down too, that's fine. especially since it eats up their blue mana. It seems like a fine trade. Okay. So they can smash back for 8. So we'll play the Monster Star and get in for 8 ourselves. Which is not even half their life, sadly. I wish it was. It's a bummer that it's not. So we just die next turn to Branchwalker. Cutlass for the win. Doesn't get much closer than that. Jeez. So game 3, they mulled a 5 that game and almost killed us too. Jeez. It's pretty intimidating. Alright. I feel like Cobbled Wings is too slow, but I don't know how else to stop one with the wind. We could just... Yeah, because they have the hexproof dude too. I'm just going to submit it. I still think Bounce ultimately could not be good enough. I don't know. It's tough to say. Alright, we'll keep this. Opponent has had to mull all 3 games, and yet they've still been rocking and rolling. Mulling to 4? Well, that might... just 3? Okay, so they're just angry now. Alright, they've had enough. So we ended up going 2-1. I actually thought this deck was great, but I don't know, every single opponent gave us this big run for our money, so I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for more. We'll see you then.